I don't know, dirty laundry.
Well, we call it the tea, right? Everybody.
Oh, he's giving you the tea.
Yeah, it's
correct.
The tea. We can sip the tea. I got sisters. We can speak that language.
Yes.
Shay.
Okay. And so, what was your reaction? Because I was watching it with my jaw legit on the floor.
I mean, I thought that he was being very transparent. I understood what he was saying, and listen,
No. I don't need all that. What was your reaction? Were you like, I can't believe he's saying this, or
listen. I already knew he was a fan of the Keeping It Real Goes Wrong Club. He's always been.
That's what I wanted to know.
He's always been that. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't expect anything less from Ron than him speaking his truth. Right? This is a guy that doesn't care what other people think about him.
I could not believe he was saying the things he said. And now a few days have passed, and I still am speaking the same sentiment. This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin, presented by Progressive Insurance. Guests will join us on the Goodyear Hotline. Bart Scott and Shay Cornett here in for the guys this morning. And so, yes, Bart and I were just talking about the press conference that was now, 5-6 days ago. But
right.
a lot has happened.
Yeah.
It does, right? A lot has happened since then.
My Lord.
That's what it seems like. Everyone has kind of come together in Green Bay land. Everyone's getting along now. So what's changed? Well, Aaron Rodgers spoke to NFL Network about being back at camp and back in the swing of things.
It was a little strange, I think, day one, just because I was gone for the entire offseason and contemplated my own future and the possibility of playing somewhere else as well. But when I'm back here, I'm 100% all in, And you know me, you know what I'm all about. I love my teammates. I love competing. I do love practice. I love to go out and give it to the young corner when I can and get after these guys, talk a little smack. Especially with a new D coordinator in here, we got to let them know how it goes around here.
All right, let me just point a few things out here, Bart, and then I'll let you go. Number one, he's very happy in this exchange on NFL Network. Very happy. Clearly, he's kind of joking, laughing, like, you know how it is, you know how I am. That's one. Two, we know that Aaron Rodgers is, he's calculated in the words he uses and who he directs them to. And so clearly he wasn't directly asked if he's 100% in, but he told us he's 100% in. So who's he telling this to? Who's he expressing that to?
I think he's saying that to his coaches and to his teammates, right? Letting them know that he's all in. He's not thinking about tomorrow. He's all in to try and win a chip because he understands this is the last dance. Who he's hating on is the management. Like, he's all in. He loves his teammates, right? He didn't say he loves his organization. He said, I love my teammates. So that's putting a distinction between, management and labor. Who knew that Randall Cobb was the DeAndre Jordan to Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving? He was a missing link. All things are fixed with Randall Cobb here. And, listen, I don't know. I think it's, maybe a move that Aaron Rodgers feels like he needs to make. And you heard Gutekunst talking about, that was a move specifically for Aaron Rodgers. So that makes him feel good publicly that he can tell Randall Cobb that you can come away from football hell right now. The last place I think any player really wants to be is Houston right now because they know they got a big nothing burger going on over there and that you're going to be picking first probably in the draft, in the whole Deshaun Watson saga and everything going on there. So Randall Cobb's happy. I think, Aaron Rodgers is happy. And this team, this is a team that's 13-3. They have a legitimate shot. When Aaron Rodgers is all in, attitude reflect leadership. And, the leadership is saying, hey, all is well here. So then everybody and all the little soldiers will fall in line.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, my goodness, this is definitely a change of tune from just a couple of days ago. I mean, he is happy. He's practicing. He's in a Green Bay uniform. Randall Cobb's in town. Gang's back together. Everything is rosy and great. Yeah. But here's something. So when I wasn't working with you, I was on the show with Jordan, my husband, and we were talking about this because I have family in Wisconsin. My dad lives there. My brothers live there. Diehard Packers fans, okay? And we go back and forth because I'm obviously from Chicago. And so I was having this conversation with my dad again last night because this feels like all we've talked about lately. And he's like, let me just point this out, Shay, because I'm nervous as a Green Bay fan. If I told my wife we were going to get a divorce in a year, after a month or 2 months or when anything goes wrong, we'd be fighting. Yeah. And so he's like, I'm just worried that the wheels are going to fall off once a little bit of adversity hits. Of course, everyone's happy in training camp. You haven't played a game yet.
Yeah, but they're in a weak division, though. And this is a team that's relatively...
chill out with that.
I mean, it'd be week 8 before you see your rookie quarterback. QB1, and yeah, exactly. But I tell you what, this is a team that has been together. The core has been together for the most part. This defense has been together for a while. This offense has been together for a while. So listen, this happens all the time. I can remember, Ray Lewis didn't come in or Peter Bower didn't come in for my first year, almost to OTAs, right? They were in a big contract dispute. They got their money around training camp and that sorts too. So this happens, and people are used to it, and people know that Aaron Rodgers was the last person that needed to be in OTAs. This was good for Jordan Love. Now, I worry about his psyche, right, because he understands that, he's not going to get opportunity to play. He probably had some visions of him being able to start and silencing all the fans and getting the start of his career. Now he knows he's going to be holding a clipboard for the entire year. And, it's going to be a lot of pressure on him to go out and prove that he can play. And he may think that Aaron Rodgers is leaving, but if everything goes well, they win the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers may change his tune and say, you know what, I'll finish here. And then they may be looking to do a Jimmy G and get rid of Jordan Love. So I worry about the youngster and his psyche. It's going to take a lot because if Aaron Rodgers goes down, we've seen him go down before, and it's always weird when people hold out. You either go one or two ways. Either like everything goes great or somebody gets injured early, and it's kind of like, oh, see, you should have been here.
But he didn't really hold out. He just missed OTAs.
Yeah.
It's not like he really held out in training camp. He was there for day one.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm just saying, it's funny things happen, right? Remember, guys tackle your arms, you fall, hurt his clavicle, he gets injured. They're going to have to depend on Jordan Love. So you don't know. It's a long season. Anything can happen, right? Guys blow up knees. I mean, just imagine if you're sitting back and you're Matt Castle and Tom Brady goes down, and you're thinking that, you're over there like Willie Beeman chewing sunflower seeds. And they're like, hey, like, get in the game. Like, what? What's going on? You know what I mean? You got to run out there. You know what I mean? And, so Jordan Love, you got to keep his psyche right because you may have to call on him.
Yeah, that's a good point. No one ever really asks about how Jordan Love is doing, and he didn't ask for the situation, right? He didn't ask for all this drama. He just kind of was thrown into the mix with it, and so that's a good point. Like, you got to see how he's doing, but nonetheless, I just am completely baffled by the tune that has been changed by Aaron Rodgers. But I guess you are right in this sense too. Like, he's the leader, and he's back with his dudes, and he's back on the football field, which he told us very clearly. There's still that fire; it still burns, and so
and he really didn't miss anything.
Right. And he really hasn't missed anything. And so he's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. He's aired all his grievances. And now let's see what happens going forward. Nonetheless, you call it a weak division. That's fine. I don't want to face Aaron Rodgers when he's got the mentality of like a Michael Jordan. Like, anything you say will be held against you. Yeah. And I'm going to hold on to it. And it's going to turn into a major chip that I'm going to force this season. And so as a Bears fan and someone from Chicago, that all makes me really nervous. But if you are a Green Bay Packers fan, this change in tune and him saying he's 100% in, I mean, what else do you want from your quarterback, right? Like,
exactly.
I'm here to stay, and hopefully we're going to win some football games. Okay, I don't usually write, I'm just going to be completely honest here. I don't usually write my teases going into like the next segment.
All right, Drake.
But I usually throw in my own like thing to say, but this one's so good I just got to read it like straight.
Okay, cool.
Because I got to give our producer Evan like some props here. Have the Colts? Have the Colts Super Bowl chances already came and went? It was good. It's good, right? That's after Bart does this from Straight Talk.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting for just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best network. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money, Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable devices require actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Almost the worst possible.